This is a short video which is a basic tutorial to write an abstract and the process of submitting an abstract for a presentation. Actually, writing an abstract is relatively simple. There are some basic and concrete principles to follow. After it is complete, you will submit your written abstract to a committee for review. This is not a guarantee it will be selected, but it will strongly improve the possibility. An abstract is a synopsis of your idea to present and delineated in a series of steps. The basic steps are: first, clarify a title. The first step to think of an idea or a topic that you wish to present. This idea has to be defined by creating a title. Be very careful of catchy or trendy titles. The next step is to write a description of what you wish to present. The best way to do this is to freely write your thoughts out on a piece of paper and keep it as best you can in a clinical focus. Now read and reread and then edit it. This may take several times to do so until it is clear and as accurate as you can make it. This description should illuminate what you wish to convey in a single paragraph of 5 to 6 sentences. Keep it focused and do not use colloquial language, which is everyday conversational language. Some examples of colloquial language are: I think it is best, I wish, I hope, and other everyday terms. Next, write your objectives. In order to make sure people who attend your presentation learn what you are trying to convey, you must write learning objectives in measurable terms. The objectives should directly relate to your description. This requires that you write an objective in a way that can be measured. You cannot measure if a person learned what you want them to know, but you can measure if they can complete the learning in an active verb. What this really means is to write an objective using an active verb such as describe, compare, apply, contrast, list, define, state, analyze, or summarize. These are only a few of the examples that you can use. Using one of the above, it would generally read as: list 3 ways a person can exhibit symptoms of stress. Try writing a few in this way until you get used to it. The general rule of thumb is 1 objective for every 30 minutes of teaching, but this can vary on the topic. Do not use the word learn in your objective. Remember, you cannot know if a person learns something, but you can measure it if they state the 3 symptoms of stress, which is our example. Next, write your biography. You will need to submit a biography of your professional work. It should not include personal items such as being married, mother or father, having 2 kids, being in recovery, I have struggled, having been in prison, or other personal information. Although this is interesting, it is not a professional encapsulation of your career. It may be interesting also that you have worked as a waitress for many years, or you have worked in a circus before achieving sobriety, but it is not usually considered clinically relevant. Sometimes, if worded appropriately, self-disclosure can be useful in a bio, but it should not be a routine submission. Next is define your teaching strategies. What strategies will you utilize to teach in your presentation? Will you use a PowerPoint presentation? Will you provide handouts? Will you have a question and answer session? Will it be interactive and experiential? Will you provide time for storytelling? Will you utilize a group format? Briefly list out the strategies you will employ. Next, provide references and research. This is often omitted when people submit abstracts, and it is an extremely important area to include. Academicians and committee review members always request references. It is referred to as evidence-based research. It is extremely important to provide the references and the research that you base your work on. It is crucial that you list a minimum of 5 references that are related to your topic. They should be within the last 5 to 7 years. Anything further back than 5 to 7 years that you refer to should be noted as a historical review of the literature. Key issues prior to the submission of your abstract are: read and reread your written work. Edit it again if necessary. Have a trusted colleague read your work and then proofread your work. Be open to criticism with review. Be flexible with suggestions. When guided by prompts used by an agency, use them. Check and recheck for spelling and grammatical errors. Being lax with a professional abstract submission has the connotation of a lack of attention to detail and poor cohesion. Do not promote your own books or what you have authored. Trendy titles and colloquial wording, personal conversational style, is not an appropriate manner in an abstract. A request for an honorarium. Offer the ability to be negotiable in your fee. If a company is sponsoring you to present, you need to state that. Please utilize this information as best you can. Always remember your work is important. Share your knowledge with others who will benefit, especially when you are developing your abstract and presenting at a conference. Thank you and best wishes for the submission of your abstract.